So what's very important is to handle the stress in your life. Now, the problem with this is, by definition, the word stress here. And we're not just talking about, oh, I have a rough life. It has to be much more specific than that, because your cortisol just doesn't get excreted because you have a rough life. You have to go now and get into the details of what, by definition, in your life is making it, quote, rough. So we have to take a look at all of the things you might be doing and or not doing. So of course, the obvious ones are diet. So are you eating enough foods that negate cortisol, and or are you avoiding those foods that help you create cortisol? And as we've talked in the other classes, the number one enemy or food group to cortisol. So if you want too much cortisol, you want to be stressed, you want to feel miserable, the food group that's going to create the most amount of upset is carbohydrate. So when you are stressed, when you have high cortisol, when you have a rough life, the worst thing you can do is eat carbohydrates, because it's the number one enemy to that hormonal chart, as we just looked at. The problem is, as you know, when you get stressed, what's the first thing you reach for? Carbohydrates, bread, sugar, cookies, candy, ice cream. It's the worst possible you can do thing you can do for your machine.